cafe is masculine, so cafe te would be hot coffee. Okay. So a dark day, la dorcha. And a dark night, icha gorcha. Okay. And a bright day, la gal. And a bright night, icha yal. Okay. So let's do another word. The word coupon is masculine in Irish. So how do you? And the word for big is more. So how do you think you say a big cup? Coupon more. Okay. Glina is feminine. So how do you say a big glass? Glina war. Okay. So because it's feminine, it makes that H go in there. Okay. And another word is the word biog, which is small. So how would you say a small cup? Coupon biog. And a small glass? Glina biog. Okay. Okay, glina biog. And let's just do one more. Actually, do a couple more. Okay. How about blonde, which is clean? So a clean cup. Blonde. And a clean glass. Glina glan. Glina glan.
So would a native speaker actually differentiate between those?
Yeah. Okay. All right, and let's just do one more. Let's do the word salach, which is dirty. So a dirty cup. Coupon salach. And a dirty glass. Glina halach. Okay. Glina halach. Okay. All right. So let's go now to the first line from the story. Okay, here we go. Stop and lina ada karana arish. So the long line of cars stopped again. First of all, the word stop means stopped. Okay, it's the same in Irish and English, pronounced differently though. Lina is a line. So since it's lina ada is a long line, do you think lina is masculine or feminine? Feminine, because it does the aspiration on it. Okay. And lina ada, the long line. Karana are cars. Okay. So one car is car, and karana are cars. Okay. And arish is again. So the long line of cars stopped again. So what we're going to do is look through here in this section at the way you do plurals in Irish, which is the way you say a car as opposed to cars. In English, you basically put S on it, which has a few different sounds in English. Sometimes it's S, and sometimes it's Z, and sometimes it's ES. And yeah, so you have about 4 endings that are common, and 3 endings maybe that are common in English. Okay.
Is that the only way you can say it? Could you also say stop lina ada nagarana? Or is that forbidden?
Yeah, it depends. There's a tendency not to do that all the time. So, yeah.
You could say it either way?
You could say stop lina ada nagarana. Yeah, I've seen them both ways, and when there's adjectives after them, they sometimes don't do that. So, okay. Probably some would tell you you're supposed to do it the way you're saying, but anyways, okay. So we're going to look at several different endings that are common in Irish for the way you basically equivalent of the S or ES that you use in English to say difference between car and cars. Okay, so an car, nakarana. So anna is one of these endings. Okay, A-N-N-A. Okay, so an car, nakarana. Okay, so an is the, na is the when you have more than one thing. Okay, so Ankar Nakarana. You'll hear in the West a lot of that they'll pronounce that Nakarni. So they'll pronounce that Anna as Ani. Okay? And you'll even see it written sometimes with an I fada instead. Okay? The word for a park or field and fark, the park's Naparkana. Okay? So in that case you have EA and NA because you have an I before the R there. So you have that slender vowel. Okay? The word for class, Anrong. The class is Narangana. Okay? So those three all use the Anna ending as a plural. Okay? Now, another one is just to stick an A on. And this is used particularly for words that end in og and og, which is a common ending in Irish. Okay? So a lot of words end in og. So the way you make plurals of all of those is you stick on them. Okay? So the window, an inyog. The window is nafunyoga. Okay? And you notice some of these have aspiration on the first letter when you have an, and those are feminine words. So an fark is feminine, an inyog is feminine. Okay? No, but na doesn't aspirate, so nafunyoga, the windows. Okay? Okay, another one is you put E at the end of an E sound at the end, which is an I fada. This one's very common. So the girl Ankalin, the girl's Nakalini. Okay. Similarly, the boy Anbuchel, the boy is Nabucheli. And one we've learned early on, and Briska is the Nabriski. Okay. The things that end in vowels, it's very common to do this with them. So like Briska, Brisky. Things that end in een always do this. So words that end in een, like Ishbeen is a sausage, and the Ishbeeni, the sausages. Okay? Ishbeen? An Ishp? Ah, I don't know if there's an Ishp. There's an Ishbeen though, the little one. Okay. Now, letter H is another common way, and that's you just stick an I before the last consonant to make it slender. So, on board, the birch. Okay, that's very common. The cup, and coupon, the coupon. So words that end in on, which is a common ending in Irish, you use ein as the plural. So the sweet is a milshawn. The sweets are na milshine. Okay. The airplane, and Techlan, the airplanes, the hitchline. Okay, so a lot of words end in on. You just stick ein to make the plural of them. Okay, the next one is actually related to that. The man is unfair. The plural is nafir. So words that end in a EA, in them a lot of times they change to an I. Okay, and it's really at to I. Okay, so another example is, and pion is the pen, but the ping are the pens, the ping. So the EA becomes an I, and that's the sound change that happens, you'll see. Okay. Okay, another ending is acha. So the language Antanga, and the language is Natangacha. Okay. And again in the West I'll say Natangachi. Okay. Tanga, Natangacha. Okay. That one's a little bit less common than some of the others. The next one is common for names of people from a place. So the Irish person, Anteranach, comes from Era, Anteranach, and the plural Naherani. Okay, so the ending changes a little bit there, from ach to I. Okay.
Doesn't Erenach stand for Irish people? You just say it alone.
Erenach is one Irish person. Yeah.
Now
Okay,
this Antirna is a man?
not necessarily.
A woman would also be Antirna?
Yeah. Okay. Now that one is also so other nationalities like Americana is American, so the Americani, and Spania, Spani. Okay, so it's used very commonly for endings. It's also used in Irish for names. So you're talking about a Connolly or something, it'd be an Conolach, and you
Just
say
one person?
yeah, and the Connolly would be the Connollys. Okay. Okay, or it's used for people from a place. So an Corca would be the man from Cork, and the Corky, the people from Cork. Okay. All right. It's like you'll see like someone like Parg Pierce. They'll refer to him a lot of times as an Pierceach. Okay, the Pierce. Yeah.